What's up guys, Chasing Limit here with episode number 24 of From Grove to Glory, and in today's episode we are travelling to Dubai for the second round of the 2020 season. As you can see, Robert Kubica has 12 points and sits in 4th in the Drivers' Championship, whilst after a few mistakes last round, Fernando Alonso isn't even in the points. We're sitting 3rd in the Constructors too. There's all to play for today. Yeah, it's going to be a very simple, quick intro today because we're going to take the Mahindra money. We're going to keep hoping we can get first. We're still losing money, but we're 3 weeks away from seeing the completion of our car factory. So hopefully we'll get some money rolling in. I'm going to come back after quali and practice, and I will see you on the other side of this. Okay, so it's race time here in Dubai, and yeah, we've back to the usual with qualifying this week. Kubica qualifying in 19th, having an awful time out there, with Alonso qualifying in 9th, doing the business for us as he occasionally does. Yeah, it's I don't know why it was the other way around last race, but there it is. Right. In terms of knowledge, I've gone with the softs on Alonso and the mediums on Kubica with race trim for both. Couldn't get any of these up to level 3 because finding the right setup was a nightmare. People have asked me as well about the fuel thing. The race is 36 laps. I've taken 3 laps of fuel out. The reason I do that is because rather than having a full tank of fuel and going into higher engine modes during the race, which obviously does give you more race pace, but also it wears down your engine parts. Dropping the laps of fuel gives you a sort of more consistent time gain over. It's only a few tenths of a second. A few hundredths of a second, but it does give you a bit more of a consistent lap time, and you gain the fuel back. You gain about 1 lap of fuel back for every 10 laps that you run, which is why I always drop it by about a tenth. So yeah, we'll have a little bit of fuel to play with at the end, but not massive amounts. Strategy-wise, we're going to keep Kubica just on mediums for the whole race, because a set of mediums, like I said, it's a 36-lap race. A set of mediums will go 38 laps, whereas a set of softs will go 28-ish, and a set of super softs will go 19. So that's sort of my plan, is to just kind of keep him on that same set of tyres all race, just let him do his thing. Alonso's got about 18 laps on these super softs. The thinking I have here is I'm probably going to burn off some of the super softs early on, literally have him go off the line on red tyre wear, which I haven't set up yet, and then I'm going to play it by ear, because I can switch him to a set of softs and get roughly the same pace out of him as I would another set of supers, or I can see if I can get him on another set of supers to the end. So we're going to see how that goes. That's pretty much the plan, and hopefully we will bring in some good points. So the grid today, we've got Lewis on pole next to Sebastian Vettel, with Leclerc and Raikkonen surprising us in 4th, followed by Valtteri Bottas, Max Verstappen in the Haas, followed on the 4th row by Daniel Ricciardo for Renault and Graham Rahal in the Red Bull. On row 5, Alonso takes 9th place, Giovinazzi takes 10th in the Alfa. Moving into row 6, 11th place, we have Rene Rast in the Red Bull, next to Felipe Albuquerque, surprising us all in the McLaren after the last week. Esteban Ocon in the Racing Point, 13th. 14th is Sergio Perez, his teammate. 15th, Kvyat. 16th, Norris. 17th place goes to Pietro Fittipaldi in the second Haas, Sergei Sorokin 18th in the Renault, and then Kubica in 19th next to Alex Albon in the Toro Rosso. So let's get into the race. 5 red lights, see what we can do. As soon as we get the 5 red lights, actually, I'm going to switch very quickly into the pit mode for Alonso, because I just want to see what he'll get. He'll get 21 off of a set of supers, so I can potentially give him a couple of laps on high burn, and then we'll see what we do about bringing him in for another set of supers. That's probably the plan. And then we'll see if we can get him going to the end. He's actually got the best quality set of supers. A lot of people seem to use scrub tyres for Q2, and yeah, got through on that with the fastest time rather than using fresh tyres to get through like Alonso did, which is interesting strategy wise, but we'll see how that plays out for us. I think we're going to have a very good race today. I think we're definitely looking at a strong points finish as Alonso moves his way up into 5th and looks to take 4th. He's going full burn on these tyres today. Excellent work. We're going to keep an eye on the tyre temps as well because they're going to be iffy. We're looking at probably a dry race all the way through. It usually is, but we're heading to 38 degrees. Mad, absolutely mad. It can't be 38 degrees, surely 28 maybe. Hot tyres. We're gonna see how that goes. We should see temps going up in theory, because those mediums shouldn't be cooling down on in the weather like this. Alonso setting the fastest first sector of the race so far, sitting in 4th and challenging Charles Leclerc, which is good. Kubica's moved his way up into 14th already. What a beast of a man. What a man Robert Kubica is when we get into race day. He might actually be on course for a good finish. A really, really good finish. Which, you know, we need. So, we'll take it. Hopefully we'll start pushing up on Charles Leclerc very soon. We're actually okay as well in terms of tyre wear on the cars ahead of us. Raikkonen will definitely have to pit before we do. He's done very well to get up into 2nd off the line. So we're going to see what we can achieve here. Hopefully once I hit the big push, we're going to get straight past Charles Leclerc, as long as he doesn't have exactly the same thing in mind, and we'll see how that shakes out. Are we going to get up to 100% battery before we cross the line? But probably not. Let's give that a click, push him through, and do the same with Robert Kubica, and hopefully we'll certainly catch Raikkonen doing this. I don't know if we'll pass Charles Leclerc. We'll certainly catch Raikkonen, who's gone into hybrid mode. He must have gone very low on the fuel. I think we're both going to breeze past Kimi. So Alonso up into 3rd already and challenging Charles Leclerc for 2nd. Can he take it? He can. He has. He's done it. And we are looking pretty good right now. Pretty good. Kubica's trying to take Giovinazzi, which is ambitious. He's got him though. He has got him, which is more than we can ask for. Giovinazzi qualified so well as well. He's been taken again by Giovinazzi once his ERS runs out. But also Alonso has put a half-second gap between him and Charles Leclerc and is starting to chase down Lewis Hamilton. So we may even do this one on track. Who knows? We may do it on track rather than on strat, which is something we haven't done in quite some time. Interesting times ahead, right? Let's do a bit of a zoom. Why not? Let's fast forward our way through. So we're going to keep an eye on the tyres for Fernando Alonso, because once they overheat, they're going to be useless to us. And then we'll see what we're looking at strat, in terms of tyre wear. We'll definitely take those tyre legs down as best we can. Right, what have we got left on those tyres? 14, which will take us to lap 20, with 20 laps to go. We might be on course for a good race here. We might be. I don't know how these tyres are going to hold up in terms of being on standard fuel wear on neutral, because I think they're still going to be heating up. Let's do a conserve. Let's save some tyres a little bit, because we want to try and cool them down at least. At least say we made an honest effort of cooling down the tyres. There is an argument that I probably could have kept the temperature in the tyres by driving in backup mode and taken this set of supers to the end. Struggling to overtake Sergio Perez. Well, buddy, you're also last. How did you end up last? What are you doing? What is your plan today? Come on, Bobby. Let's do better. Let's be better than we're being. Are we taking the temp out of those tyres? I can't tell. I genuinely can't see if we're actually taking temp out of these tyres. We're certainly getting through them. There's 10 laps left on them now. Oh, it may actually have to be a set of softs to the end, because I don't think they're doing well with the tyre deg at all. Hopefully a backup for a little while, which is going to let Hamilton get away. I don't think there's anything we can do to stop Hamilton getting away at this point. But if we can just bring these tyres back under control, we should be okay. Let's go back up into neutral in a second. I just want to see how many laps we've got left on these tyres. 30 to go, which means that actually Bobby probably needs to conserve just a touch. If we're going to get him to the end on a one-stop strategy, we'll have to go back up into neutral because Charles is catching us at a rate of knots. Sergei Sorokin has crashed. Interesting. Let's just pause that. Because if we're going to be under a safety car, we're going to save as much on these tyres as we possibly can. And on the engine, actually, we'll try and cool everything right down. There is an argument. Can we bring in Alonso for a free pit stop? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do that. Everything is looking fine. How long's a rear wing change? 8 seconds. Probably not worth it. Let's do a full battery charge and let's go for the fastest possible pit strat and hope we don't make a mistake. Yeah, I'm not sure pitting both drivers is the way. Kubica probably doesn't need the pit, to be fair. He probably doesn't need the pits, which is going to be okay. It should be fine for us, and hopefully once we catch... Someone's already come in. Verstappen came in. Verstappen must have been very, very quick to spot that safety car coming out. Very quick spotting that safety car coming out to be able to come in for a set of softs this early. He's probably going to do quite well in terms of catching up the rest of the pack. He might pick up a few places doing that because he'll be allowed to pass the safety car. Bring Alonso in and let's keep an eye on where he comes out because presumably Lewis is going to come in under the safety car as well. You'd think he'd come in logically. He has come in. There we go. Confirmation he came in. We could see him at the bottom of the screen. And let's just see what we can do with this pit stop. No mistakes, please. Thank you very much, buddy. Job done. Back out in third behind Danny Ricciardo, who decided not to pit, which is bold, very bold. I've got to play this just right with the safety car actually, because if I can just click on the safety car, please. Let's pause that. Safety car view, thank you, because I want to know when that safety car pulls in, because that's going to be the time for the big push. We're going to save a lot of fuel under the safety car. We're going to save ourselves a lot of tyres, cool the tyres right down under the safety car. That should give us a bit more life. I mean, Kubica should, 27 laps. He's got plenty of tyres to get him through to the end, which is magic. Interesting, Giovinazzi came in for a set of mediums. Very interesting. Danny Rick is going to have to pit at some stage as well, which is going to make things very interesting. Because if Danny Rick comes in for a pit stop, we're going to be, laughing. One more lap left into the safety car, presumably, while everyone catches up. So it'll be safety car in this lap, and we'll see what we can do once we get off the line. Should be an interesting one. It's going to have to be very quick reactions to get the game paused as we get to the garage. Hopefully Kubica is doing his best to save some ERS, because if we can give him a good push off the back of the safety car as well, he's going to be laughing. It's going to be a big strat play here, a really big strat. We still haven't cleared that car off. Right. As soon as I get the green light to go racing, Hamilton's backing everything up very far. Right, let's go back to Alonso. I just need to do a quick bit of math now to work out what we've got left in these tyres. So these tyres will do 30 laps, which means I can probably do a slight push if I need to. How long have we got left on these tyres? 28. Alright. I think I've got a strategy once we get the green light to go racing, which hopefully will be very, very soon. Come on. As everyone goes past the beached Renault. We're there. I almost missed it. We're there. Right. Neutral, medium, fully RS. Let's get it done. Let's get this done. Hamilton's going to get taken by Danny Ricciardo here. And if he doesn't, they're both going to get taken by Fernando Alonso, who is definitely not here to play today. He's definitely not here to play. All he needs is one excuse to get past, and we should start seeing some places made up. Let's zoom, zoom, zoom. There we go. We've taken Danny Rick. Let's get on the back of Lewis. On the back of Lewis. Very quick, please. But please on the back of Lewis. Lewis is just going to pull away now. Lewis is gone. Lewis is gone. All right. Well, it was a noble effort. I tried my very best. I can't believe Kimi Räikkönen didn't go in for tyres. That's an absolute error. Catastrophic error by the Alphas. Really should have brought Kimi Räikkönen in, because those tyres are going to go very quickly, unless he's expecting another safety car, but surely not. Surely he's not expecting another safety car. But low fuel delta already, which is good. Let's do more pushing, please. More pushing. Thank you. Good stuff. Right. There's probably an argument that I can afford to do a little bit, because I've saved so much fuel under the safety car. I can probably give Fernando a tiny push. Only a tiny push. I don't want to make sure he can't make it to the end of the race. That would be silly. But you know, the tiniest of pushes, just to see if he can start bridging, because that's a 6-second gap already. Lewis just went. Lewis just vanished into the distance there. But there's certainly some work to be done to get ourselves clear of Ricciardo, Rahal. Raikkonen came in and made a pit stop literally straight after the safety car, which is just such a failure. Such a failure. He'll be fuming at his team after that. And rightfully so, to be honest, raging at his team. Because they've absolutely done him up like a kipper. To be fair, right, Kubica really needs to push on. He really needs to push on. Ricciardo and Rahal are definitely going for a straight switch from supers to supers, which is, I consider that, as you know, but I don't know if that's the one, especially with the pack brought back together by the safety car. I just don't think that's the way forward. I mean, if we get another safety car, I might well bring in both drivers for a set of super softs at this point, but I don't know if it's there yet. These tyres, this tyre deck is going mad. Right, 18 laps. There's definitely 18 laps left in there. That's good. Alright, we're doing condition wise. He should be right to the end. Yeah, maybe. We're going to have to, let's just have a quick check on Kubica's tyres. What are Kubica's tyres saying? 20 laps. Alright, we'll keep going in neutral tyre mode for now. I mean, Alonso's built a 10-second gap behind him with Ricciardo and Rahal both pitting. He's not really catching Lewis. He's gaining nothing from trying to catch Lewis at this point, actually. Let's probably drop that engine mode down a little bit and just see if we can't make things go our way as best we can. We're going to take some heat out of the tyres of Fernando, hopefully. Let's give the ERS push to Kubica too, see if he can get himself past Kvyat. He's done that, and Alonso seems to be sort of driving clear air now, which is good. Oh, you're going to need to save your tyres a little bit too, buddy. That's going to be a little plan. In fact, we might have to back up on both drivers. Don't really want to back up on Alonso, though. Not too much anyway. That's just long enough to save some tyres and hopefully not lose too much of that gap to Charles Leclerc, because that would not be the one. We just need to drop the tyre temps and then try and find a way to keep them consistent. Like last race, we found that kind of sweet spot on the driving style tyre wear thing that just kind of held the tyres at the right temp for racing. That's what we need. It's exactly what we need, but you know, it's going to be tight. Danny Rick is chasing down Bobby Kubica like he owes him money. He's going to pass him. There's not even a point me going and doing anything about that. He's going to pass him. That's absolutely a fact. but we do need to keep Charles Leclerc from catching and passing Alonso, which is kind of, because I mean there's nothing to be gained from playing with Ricciardo right now. He's not going to get himself in the points. It looks like we've almost got the tyres down to optimum, so let's see if conserve holds. And we'll do the same with Alonso in just a second too. Because if conserve holds temp for either of these tyres, we're absolutely laughing. All the way to the bank. All the way to the bank. Let's give both drivers a push to get them away from the guys near them. Kubica's moved up into 13th. He might have a sniff at a single point here. It's very possible. It's very possible he's got a sniff of a point, but it's going to be an interesting race. Let's put Kubica on automatic strategy. Let's burn off some of that fuel. As long as his condition can take it, it should. The wings are suspect. But maybe he can make some gains on Danny Rick ahead of him. Certainly make some gains on Danny Kvyat behind him. And we'll see how that all shakes out, because he should be fine going through the last few laps of the race. I think we can pretty much call Alonso's cause lost. Warnings about a few parts. Buddy, what have you done? Okay, maybe we won't push that engine anymore. We'll just keep things nice and calm and neutral, and hope he can hold that 2.5 second lead, or even close down that gap to Danny Ricks as we get towards the end of the race. Now let's give a big push there. Why are you in hybrid mode? This is why I don't trust you. Why are you in hybrid mode right now? What did you have to gain by going into hybrid mode? You've got so much fuel. So much fuel. Yes, buddy, your tyres are worn. We get that. We fully understand. Let's just have a quick check just to make sure we're not... let's give him a little push on tyres. Just a tiny push. Because he can probably take it for the last few laps. How long is left on Alonso's tyres? He's got 10 laps in his tyres. I'd be absolutely mental not to have him go on attack now. Just to see if we can build up a gap. Just to see if we can build a gap to Charles Leclerc. I mean, we're not going to... Hamilton would have to crash. Kubica's up into the points. Robert Kubica is up into... Lewis Hamilton just retired. Oh, guys and girls, we just need to bring this home right now. Alright, let's not faff with tyres. Let's not be silly, boys and girls. Let us not be silly, because Kubica's going to get an 8th place finish out of this. Let's go back to Fernando, because Fernando must be catching him. Yes, you've got some parts warnings. Yes, you might be about to have your engine blow up. Yes, things are not looking good right now. But, Fernando, you've got to get through 4 more laps, buddy. In fact, we can just go low engine mode, and in theory, we'll keep an eye on you, but in theory, we're going to get very handily to the end. I mean, we can't really do anything with Kubica. We've just got to hope for the best, because, yeah, I know, I saw it. But, you know, we can at the very least, get Kubica a few points here. And Fernando Alonso, frankly, is going to take an absolutely miraculous win. He's going to take a miraculous win here, which is breathtaking. Breathtaking stuff. What's the gap? 3.4. I'm not going to... What have we got tyre-wise? Just in case, just so I know what I've got to fight with. 7 to 9 laps. If I need to fight, I can go full fight. But we shouldn't need to fight. We should be home and dry right now, which is exactly where we want to be. Alonso's tyres are overheated. Leclerc has a mechanical issue, which I'm all about right now. Let's go into regular speed so we can kind of enjoy the final lap of Fernando Alonso as he makes his first win of the season happen. What's the engine parts looking like? Sure, buddy, let's burn some engine. Let's just burn some fuel. Why not? Burn some fuel, burn some tyres. Let's go silly. You are going to be absolutely fine for the last lap. In fact, do you know what? I'm going to risk it. I'm going to risk it for a chocolate biscuit. We're going to see if Bobby Kubica given the extra tyre, the free rein to burn as much tyres and fuel as he wants. We'll burn all of his ERS. We'll burn all of the ERS for Fernando Alonso. And why not see if we can get Bobby Kubica past someone, past Danny Ricks. Getting him past Danny Ricks is the ambition. He's catching him. Alonso is gone at this point. It's 3 seconds ahead. We're coming around the last corner. How's this battle looking? It's looking close. Give that another blast. Why not? See if we can get them anywhere close to each other. Fernando Alonso is coming around the last few corners of this track. He's 3 seconds ahead. He is absolutely wetting himself laughing. Let's get the overtake mode going. Why not? Fully power it out. Really tear the arse off this car. Take that off auto. Fire that through. Jobs are good, and Fernando Alonso wins the Dubai Grand Prix. And Robert Kubica is trying to make a late pass for 7th. Go on, buddy. Go on, Bobby. You can do this. You can make this pass. Come on, I believe in you. I believe in you. Go on, get 7th. Get yours. Get yours, buddy. Do it. Bringing it around to the last couple of corners. Can he make a dive bomb on Danny Ricks through this corner? He's not going to make it. It's going to be absolute pandemonium on the way through. We've got to watch out for Rast behind us because Ricciardo has cleverly saved Team ARS. But that's Robbie Kubica back in with an 8th place finish. So Fernando Alonso, team hero, takes himself a 1st place finish with a car that was about to fall to bits. Kubica's car will barely make it back to the garage, but we've got a double points finish, and Fernando Alonso wins a Grand Prix. Alonso, Leclerc and Ocon in a racing point is your podium. Let's get rid of that. Oh, I didn't get rid of that. Okay. I don't know. I'm out of words. I'm out of words, guys. I'm out of words. We got ourselves a 1st place finish in Dubai, and I genuinely don't know what to do with that information. The one stop worked magnificently, coming under the safety car. Charles Leclerc kind of led the way on that. I saw he was about to do it and decided to do the same thing. Ocon proved the no-stop strategy worked. So did Kubica. So did Danny Kvyat getting himself points. In fact, everyone bar Sorokin who didn't pit got themselves into the points, which just goes to show if you don't have to stop, you should not stop. And we have done pretty well. Are we going to get anything off the scrutineering? I very much doubt it at this stage. We've got ourselves 50 grand from our sponsors though, which is bonus money. And yeah, we've also, Lewis Hamilton has really done himself some damage in the championship race. And there we go, there's our shiny trophy, our 1st win of the season, hopefully our 1st of a few. Confirmation, 3.3 ahead of Charles Leclerc, 19.7 seconds ahead of Esteban Ocon. That's a win any way you look at it. Fernando Alonso moves up to 3rd in the championship behind Vettel and Leclerc, who are only within 11 points of us, and then Kubica in 4th, which by every calculation imaginable puts us 2nd in the Constructors' Championship with a 14-point lead over Mercedes, which is definitely progress. Definitely progress. I'm very happy with this result today. This is excellent. So, as this goes out, this will be going out just before the Austrian Grand Prix when real Formula 1 returns for the first time in 2020, thankfully. So hopefully you've enjoyed this. It's fired you up for the season. And yeah, hopefully you'll have had a good day of racing. I know I've had a good day of racing, and it hasn't even started really for real life. Any gains to be made for anyone? Apparently Kubica has some growing room. I don't understand where that's come from, because he should have peaked a long time ago. We've unlocked something new with Bono. What have we unlocked with Bono? Light-footed on medium tyres. Well, there we go. And George Russell has made some gains. He'll make more gains when I can afford to have him in the starting driver lineup. We've made some big sponsor money, which is good. And we've made 40 grand off our HQ. I don't know where that's coming from from the tour centre. Magical. I forgot I built a tour centre. But there we go. Just a small loss, nearly £1 million lost. I'm not going to lie, but it's a loss. But the road car factory will be ready within 3 weeks, so hopefully we'll start gaining it all back. Is kind of the plan. We'll start gaining some money, or at least mitigating our losses enough to get us through to the end of the season without having to take some more money off of Frank Williams, because the old man is on the verge of retiring. We shouldn't keep dipping into his pockets. Right. Next week, we are coming back with the Beijing Grand Prix, which we will do very well to do well in, because the top speed, deceleration and low speed corners, I think, are probably our weakest things, but it's also a wet race, so that could be the magic. Right, until then, guys, thank you very much for watching. As always, I've been Chasing Lamely, and it's been a pleasure having you here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all very soon. Have a good one.